Good morning, students. This video is meant for those who are having trouble in solving the homework question. I will be solving and I will be explaining one by one how to solve the homework questions. So listen carefully and complete your homework. So the first question is, the consumption function of an economy is given as C is equal to 60 plus 0.6y. For the given consumption function, calculate the break-even level of income. This is the first question. So let us see how to solve this. So we know that break-even level of income, the meaning of break-even level of income is the point at which income is equal to consumption. Break-even level of income means it is that level of income at which income and consumption are equal. So I wrote y is equal to C. So now look at the question. Equation for C is given as C is equal to 60 plus 0.6y. So instead of the C, I am going to replace it with y. Why? Because y and C both are equal. So y is equal to, equation I am going to write now, 60 plus 0.6y. Okay. So keeping the constant this side and the 0.6y, I am taking the other side of the equation. Y minus 0.6y is equal to 60. Solving this for y, you will get y means it is 1 by minus 0.6y is equal to 0.4y is 60. So y is equal to 60 divided by 0.4, that equal to 150. So the answer is break-even level of income, or the level of income at which income and consumption are equal is 150. Break-even level of income is 150. So this is the solution for question number 1. I hope it's clear. We will move on to the second question. C is equal to 20 plus 0.9 by the value of income. Y takes the value 100 to 500. You are asked to find out the consumption schedule, and with the help of which you have to draw a consumption curve also. So for this kind of questions, what you have to do is, first you have to draw the consumption schedule. Okay. So here income we will be writing, and also consumption, level of consumption associated with different levels of income. So income, initially it is 0, then it is 100, it is taking the value 200, and it is taking the value 300, and next is 400 and 500. Income changes from 0 to 500. The corresponding levels of consumption we have to find out. So how to do that we will discuss now. So when income is 0, consumption is positive, which is known as the autonomous consumption, and from the consumption function we can find out how much is the autonomous consumption. So from this, try to find out the autonomous consumption. This equation is having a term for autonomous consumption. How much it is? It is 20, right? So I will write here 20. Okay. So first level of consumption we know now. Then when income increases to 100, what happens to consumption? That is what we are going to find out now. How to do that? Substitute the value of y in the equation. Basic equation is C is equal to 20 plus 0.9 by. So now instead of y, we are going to substitute various values of income. So first one is 20 plus 0.9 into 100. That is equal to 90 plus 20, that is 1 time. Then level of consumption when income is 200. Let us find out 20 plus 0.9 into 200. That is equal to 200. Then equal to 20 plus 0.9 by into 300. That will be equal to 290. Then equal to 20 plus 0.9 by into next level of income is 400. So I am giving by the value 400 equal to 380. then equal to 20 plus 0.9. Instead of y, I will be giving 500. See, in this also you don't write y, it is multiplied. Okay, multiplied with 200, 300, 400 and 500. So it is not x, it is a multiplied, the symbol of multiplication I am giving. Okay, don't misunderstand it as x. Yes, it is 470. So now we know the various levels of consumption. So let us copy it to this side. When income is 100, consumption is 110. Then it comes to 200, 290, 380 and 470. So for this table you have to draw the consumption curve. Okay. So now I am going to draw the consumption curve. So draw the x-axis and y-axis and plot the points. You will get the consumption curve. So after that we have to label the x-axis and y-axis, and also we have to write what elements or what variables we are measuring along the x-axis and y-axis. It being a consumption curve, along the x-axis I will measure income, and along the y-axis I am going to measure consumption. And plot the different points on this consumption curve. So when income is 0, consumption is 20. So along the y-axis, x is 0. So I will mark the first point of the consumption curve at this point. Okay. Then when income increases to 100, this is 110. It's not 100. It is actually 110. Typing mistake, typing error is there. You make the correction. So the first point I will mark somewhere here. This is the second point of the curve, consumption curve. Then when income is 200, that is income is 200, consumption also 200. You do one thing, with the help of a ruler and a pencil, you mark all the points, exact points here. It is mark as 100, 200, 300, 400 and 500, and draw the points. So it will be something like, you will get the consumption curve like this. By joining this point, you will get the consumption curve. Somewhat like this you will get, and you have to write the equation of the consumption curve also here. That is, C is equal to 20 plus 0.9 y. This also you have to write. So this is the way how you find out answer for these kind of questions. So whenever a consumption equation is given and you are asked to find out consumption curve, or you are asked to draw the consumption curve, derive the consumption schedule first and plot the points of the schedule on a graph. You will get the consumption curve. I hope it's clear.
C is equal to 120 plus 0.25y. First you have to derive the saving function, and second determine the saving at level of income is equal to 0, and C, at what level of income saving is equal to 0. So three things you have to do here, or three part of the question. So first of all, let us derive the saving function. We know that saving function is given in the form minus a plus 1 minus b, that is 1 minus b of y. This is the general form of saving function, minus a plus 1 minus b y. We know that a stands for autonomous consumption, b is MPC, and y is the income. So look at the consumption function and try to find out how much is a. A is equal to 120, so I will put minus 120 plus B stands for MPC, or the marginal propensity to consume. So how much it is? It is 0.25. I'll close the bracket and I'll write y. So this is the saving function. First part is over. We derive the saving function from the given consumption function. Now we are having with us what is the saving function. Saving function will be in the form minus a plus 1 minus b of y. A stands for autonomous consumption, that is the constant term in the consumption function. We put a minus sign and we wrote it. Then plus P stands for MPC or marginal propensity to consume, which is 0.25 in this case. So it is 1 minus 0.25 of y. So the final form of saving function is minus 120 plus 0.75 of y. This is the saving function. Next is determine saving at level of income. Here what you have to do is instead of y, you have to give the value 600. That is, we are going to substitute 600 for y. We will get what is the saving at level of income, 600 crores. So saving is equal to minus 120 plus 0.75 of y, that is equal to minus 120 plus 0.75 multiplied by 600. So try to find out the answer. Minus 120 plus 420, that is equal to 300. So this is the level of saving at income level of 600. Okay. Next is part C. At what level of income saving is equal to 0? That is, it is understood that saving is equal to 0 at break-even point of income, or break-even level of income, saving is equal to 0. Okay. So you are asked to find out the break-even point of income. That is the level of income at which income and consumption are equal. As we do in the previous question, it is y is equal to this. You can write it as 120 plus 0.25 y, and y minus 0.25 y is equal to 120. That is 1 y minus 0.25 y is equal to 0.75 y is equal to 120. So find out how much is y. Y is equal to 120 divided by 0.75. So the answer will be 160. This is the solution for question number 3. I hope it's clear. We'll move on to the next question. Yes. So autonomous investment is given to you. Marginal propensity to save, level of income, and autonomous consumption expenditure are known to us. And we are asked to find out the aggregate demand or level of aggregate value of aggregate demand in the economy. So the equation for finding out aggregate demand is the sum of consumption expenditure plus investment expenditure. So the equation for C, consumption expenditure, is A plus B of Y, and investment is said to be autonomous in nature. So as far as this question is concerned, you are asked to find out, that is, you have to find out, first you have to find out the consumption function, that is everything which is required in this equation, whether it is given or not. Let us analyze. A stands for autonomous consumption. Autonomous consumption is given as 50 crores. That part is okay. Then B stands for marginal propensity to consume. Whether the question is having marginal propensity to consume? No. but instead we know the marginal propensity to save. So if we know marginal propensity to save, we can find out marginal propensity to consume. That is MPC plus MPS is equal to, it will always be equal to 1, and MPS is given as MPS is given as 0.2. So MPC will be, MPC is equal to 1 minus 0.2, that is equal to 0.8. So again this part is over. B is given, that is we arrived at B with the help of MPS. Then Y, level of income, is also given. So now we are ready to solve the question. Okay. So aggregate demand is equal to, instead of C, we are going to write the equation. Autonomous consumption is 50 plus value of B is 0.8 and income is 2500 crores. So this we will put in the square bracket. This is the term for consumption expenditure. Okay. Plus investment expenditure also we have to write. Investment, autonomous investment is 150 crores equal to 50 plus, find out how much is the second term, that is B of Y is 0.8 into 0.8 into 2500. That is amount comes 2000 plus 150. That is equal to 2200. So this much will be at level of income 2500. Aggregate demand will be 2200. So this is the answer for question number 4.
Question number 5. Saving function is S is equal to minus 120 plus 0.4y. Determine consumption function and consumption at income level of 600 crores. So two parts are there. First you have to find out the consumption function, and second one the consumption at income level of rupees 600 crores. So first of all, the consumption function will be in the form C is equal to A plus BY. Okay. So from the saving function, if you are asked to find out the consumption function, or the saving function will be like minus A plus 1 minus by 1 minus b of y. Okay. So whatever term, minus term, is given in the saving function, it will be plus term, or it will be the term for autonomous consumption in the consumption function. And 1 minus b is equal to 0.4. So b will be 0.6. Okay. So this way we can derive the consumption function. So consumption function is equal to, I will write it as A. Consumption function is equal to C equal to A stands for 120 plus 1 minus B is 0.4. So B will be 0.6, 0.6y. This is the format of, or this will be the consumption function. And part B is to find out the consumption when income is 600 crores. So C is equal to 120 plus 0.6 into 600 crores. Crores we will write in the final answer. Now we will write it as 6 into that is 0.6 into 600 crores. I will try to widen the section. To find out the answer, that is equal to 120 plus 0.6 into 600 is 360. That is equal to is 480. So fifth question was easy for us. That is, we'll move on to the sixth question. Question number 6. So this is the question. Income is given APC saving and MPC. Certain places question marks are there. You are asked to fill the question mark, or you are asked to fill the table. Okay. For solving this, you have to understand, or you have to recall certain formulas from the previous session. APC, how will you find out APC? APC is equal to C by Y, or consumption divided by income. So how will you find out consumption? Once APC you know, you will find out consumption by multiplying it with income. Then MPC is equal to delta C by delta Y. So we will start solving. First column we will make for income. Income is 0, 100, 200 and 300. This is the column for income. Next, APC is given. APC. First it is a dash. Second it is 1.6. Third it is 1. Fourth it is 0.8. It's a column for APC. Next column we will make for consumption. Find out what is the consumption. Consumption I am denoting by the letter C. Even when income is 0, there will be, or consumption will be positive. That is known as autonomous consumption. How much will be the autonomous consumption is in this case? Any cases? See, saving is minus 80. When income is 0, saving or dis-saving is 80. That is the portion of autonomous consumption. Here I will write 80. When income is 0, consumption is 80. Okay. Next is when income increases to 100 into 1.6, that is 160 will be the consumption. Then 1 into 200 is 200. Then 300 into 0.8 is 240. This will be the different levels of consumption. Next column I will make for saving. Saving I will write as S. It's already given, minus 80. See, income is 100 and consumption is 160. What will be saving? Saving will be minus 60. Income and consumption both are equal. Here saving will be 0. Then income is 300, consumption is 240. Saving is 60. I hope it's clear. Next is the part of MPC. Change in income divided by change in consumption. That is change in consumption divided by change in income. First we will put a dash. A dash. Then income increased to 100. Change in income is 100. Change in consumption is 80 to 160. What is the change? 160 minus 80. So here 80 divided by 100, that equal to 0.8. Okay. Next is again income is increasing. 200 minus 100. How much it is? 100. Then here consumption 200 minus 160. It is 40. Okay. 40 divided by 100. That equal to 0.4. Then last case. Also delta Y is the same as 100 and delta C 240, and here it is 200. How much it is? 240 minus 200 is 40. 40 divided by 100, that is equal to 0.4. So this will be the MPC. So with that we finished the homework discussion.